Happy Thursday, everybody. We have a lot to talk about, pop culture news and such. We are going to have some fun, so smash that like. Hopefully you're wearing something comfy, grab a beverage, and let's get this party started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture Joleen Lunzer here for another No Offense, All Offense, where we take a look at our favorite reality shows, pop culture news, trending news topics, things we love to hate, things we hate to love. We take a comedic look. We roast it. We recap. We react to it. We have a good time. Now, remember, everything I say is true except for the parts that are false. Everything is 100% alleged and for entertainment purposes only.
Allegedly.
Also, you don't have to have the same opinion as me. You are welcome to sound off in our live chat and let us know your thoughts on what we're talking about, as long as we can respectfully and calmly agree to disagree, like the super Buddha-like Tamra Judge from the Real Housewives of Orange County. Everything will be fine.
That's my opinion!
It's just my opinion. Now, remember, you are going to have a good time because some people you might like or you might not like, probably don't like, think I'm pretty excellent.
I heard actually mixed reviews on Joleen.
Oh, Joleen was excellent. What are they saying?
Thank you, Lala. Thank you so much. We have some Lala news we have to talk about too. So much to get to today. Happy Thursday, you guys. So close to Friday. Also, go Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. Game 2. We're down 1 to the Golden State Warriors, you guys. So if you could send your good vibes to Minnesota, that would be great, because it's a game at home. And I don't think Minnesota deserves to be embarrassed at home for a second time this week. We're used to it, but I don't think we deserve it. Okay. Oh my goodness. So smash that like if you haven't already. Maybe I don't know if Ben's in the chat yet, but yesterday we got a lot of likes, which forced Ben. It forced his blocking hand, and now he blocked an array of people. If you missed yesterday's live, we had a lot of fun breaking down the latest episode of The Valley, season 2, episode 4. I'll link it at the end of this video, but it's the video right before this one. If you guys didn't catch that, we had a good time and we got a lot of likes, and Ben blocked a lot of people, and that is kind of what we do over here. So hit that like, because it lets YouTube tell other people that we're live. It kind of gets us going in the algorithm so that people know we're here, we're queer, and we drank all your beer. Get used to it. Okay, I don't know. Joleen, stop. All right. Also, I would like to play a little notice, if I can find it, for my new subscribers. A little bit of a PSA, if you will, while you smash that like, hit that subscribe. And if you haven't already, definitely consider joining my membership here on YouTube. We got exclusive content, members only lives, emojis. Link for that in the description. Also, feel free to send me a super chat if you want to tip the channel. You don't have to. I'll highlight your comment. Shout out to those of you who have been doing that and also sending super thanks. But here's a message to my new followers, to my new subscribers, who I appreciate very much.
Before I get too many followers, I just want you to know you're not gonna like it here. No, you might not stay around for long. And I know it. This could be your purgatory on Earth.
It could be your purgatory on Earth, or it could be the best time you've ever had. Shut up. Carissa Peterson says, I have a Nas Reed tattoo. I need pictures. Can you DM me? Can you email me? joleenreacts@gmail.com. Pictures of your Nas Reed tattoo. How cool is that? This is a Nas Reed jersey. All right, let me see if I can. You're gonna see my bare arm, and I just knocked over my trash can. But this is a Nas Reed jersey. So we're representing. I'm representing with my vampire white skin for Nas Reed. Okay. My trash fell over. Hold on, you guys. Okay, we're back. We're back. Oh, yes, please smash that like. So good to see you guys. Yes. Let's see. All right. So I know I'm getting a little too sexy over here. I don't want people to be popping boners. Okay. So calm your boners, you guys. I don't want to get you going too much. I did 4 sit-ups and 3 push-ups last year. So don't. The beach is okay. Hell is that way. That's what I do. What's this muscle? That looks like something. Okay. Anyways, we're getting too crazy. We're getting too silly. Shout out to my mods. You guys, guess what? It's so predictable. Lauren from Utah, the bitch. I'll cut a bitch. You know how she's on the after show for the Valley, but she's like, I don't even watch this show. And you know how she's like out of a job besides her podcast and, sponsorships or whatever. But she's not on a TV show. And you know how she was mad at Kristen? Remember, she was really mad at Kristen. Turns out, miraculously, she's not mad at Kristen anymore. Can anyone guess maybe why she's not mad at Kristen? Could it be that Kristen's on a television show that she desperately wants to most likely be a main player on? So, incentive. It seems like Lala's friendships are very transactional. If you can't do something for Lala, she's like, do you want to get popped? But Kristen arguably can do something for Lala now. So now all of a sudden she's like, maybe I was wrong. So she has on her podcast, of course, but she cleared it with Kristen. Don't worry, you guys. Her and Kristen have made up. She's decided that maybe being mad at Kristen for a reason that is so ridiculous was a dumb thing to do as an almost 40-year-old woman. I don't know how old Lala is. Maybe she's in her late 30s, but do you know what I mean? Sheena's 40. So Sheena's too old for you to be doing this. Lala, she's too old for you to be doing this. Oh, Lauren. So we're going to listen to, she has a short because she doesn't have the video episode up on her YouTube, but in her latest episode of her podcast that I don't know who listens to. Okay. I just don't know. That's not shade. It's just shade. Okay. That's not shady. It's very shady. But let me just reorient you if you forgot who Lala is. She was formerly on Vanderpump Rules, and she's on the after show of the Valley, even though she doesn't watch it. And she is sitting next to Brittany on the after show of the Valley, of hearing that she can't stand Brittany.
The things that come out of his mouth, if he were to pull that on me, like, I'd be catching a case. Like, I'm putting claws in you, dog.
It gets my blood boiling just thinking about it.
Locked up. Every time Akon comes on, I can't stop. I'm locked up. She's like, I'll catch a case, dog. Dog, I'm putting claws in you, dog. So you're just going to scratch him? That's just like a cat. Are you a thug cat? We don't know. She's thug life kitty. All right, so let's listen to Lala. I'm just like, it sucks that Kristen doesn't see through how transparent this is. But let's take a listen, Lauren. I know Lauren's a big fan of mine, so I do feel bad bringing this up. Kind of, not really. No offense, all offense. But I kind of do. Here we go, Lauren. I just can't with this. She gets in more fights with people than I've ever gotten in my entire life. Like, she's in more fights with people than people I care about, than people I talk to. She's like, and it's your fault. Okay, let's listen. Give me a thumbs up as soon as you can hear. Again, this is from the Give Them Lala podcast. If you want to go subscribe and like, because I never want to stop a lady's bag, even Lauren's, even you, Lauren from Utah. Let's hear what she has to say. Okay.
The season's very dark. I hope that it lightens up at some point, but it's reminding me of Vanderpump Rules in the sense that nobody has yet caught on to the fact that there's cameras there. They're living their lives so authentically.
When you were watching it with Mom,
yeah,
I walked into, I can't even remember. I just walked in the house. You guys were watching it, and I was standing there, and it hit me. I was like, I'm Kent.
Yeah,
my dad.
You are Kent.
I was sitting behind it, and I was like, I'll just watch it for a sec. 10 minutes went by, and I was like, I got to get the hell out of here.
No, you guys, he was watching from behind, and I was like, you can sit down. He goes, no, I'm just going to go watch some basketball. 2 minutes pass, he's still there. I'm like, you can sit down. He works his way to the sliding glass door, and he's like, yeah, I'm just going to watch
I don't want to like it, but I do.
He's still watching. I was like, all right, close the door.
I know, and then that was the other thing. I went over and watched basketball, and I was like, what's going on in the Valley?
Okay. I think that was
the season's very dark.
Advertisement, if I can say it.
So you guys know.
Okay, I think this is the one. She must have put another short up. This is the one. That one was just how White Boy Dreads loves the Valley, and Lauren has a really bad take that they act like there's not cameras there, but I think they know there's cameras there. Evelyn, yes. Thank you so much for the first super chat of the live, Evelyn. I appreciate you. It says, don't forget Lala dropped Kristen because of what Golnessa said at the Zach Peter live I hosted. That is true. That is 100% true. Apparently she saw video. I think news about that panel at Zach Peters live hit like page 6 and stuff, you know. So, and Kristen did nothing wrong. She literally did nothing wrong. Gigi doesn't like Lauren. Lauren doesn't like Gigi. That's a Lauren problem. What did she want? She expected Kristen to, I don't know what she expected Kristen to do, but I was sitting right there. I didn't think anything was a big deal. So it was Zach, and I think it was Gigi, Kristen, Reza, and me. And Zach was asking questions, and I was probably saying something stupid or silly because what do I know? I'm just a comedian. You know, I'm not trying to be a blogger. I appreciate being up there. It was fun, but you know, I like to get a little tea, but I just, no, it was fun. But anyways, so it's crazy that this was at the live that I was at. Okay, let's listen. It's called, I Had My Hormonal Goggles On. All right.
The ups and downs that I have been going through with Kristen Doty. She and I fell off because I had seen a video of her doing Zach Unfiltered with Zach.
Oh, okay. First of all, Lauren, Zach rides hard for you. He invited you on a show. You know who he is. I love how she's like, Zach, ooh, God, ooh, ba-do-do-do, Zach, I don't know. Zach's about to hit 100K subs on YouTube, and I'm at, let's just see what Give Them Lala podcast is at. Like, shut up. Let me just look. I think Zach is about to hit like 100K on YouTube. Let's just look. We're doing research because I'm a comedian researcher. I just love, you know, Zach, Unfiltered Zach. It's Peter. He has 2 first names. It's really not that hard. One of them's biblical. Zach, clearly. Zach 316. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, let's see. Let me look up Zach's channel first. Zach Peter has 97, almost 98,000 subscribers. But she doesn't know who he is. Okay. Lala Kent. Give Them Lala has 29,000 subscribers. No shade, girl, no shade. But like, be so for real. Plus, you've been on a huge platform. None of us have. So any growth we've had is due to like hard work we had to do, not just being on some Bravo TV show. Like, calm your boner, lady. And I think I was, oh no, you guys, Lala was at a Zach Peter live I was at that I did comedy on. I don't know if it was this one or the one before. I think there was 2 I hosted of just Zach's, and then one was with Up and Adam as well. All were very fun. And Lala was there. She did like a meet and greet in the beginning, was at the venue, but she doesn't know Zach. It's like, so, and he's really not, like, he's way nicer to you than I am, like way nicer. Okay, here we go. You know, unfiltered.
It was like a live podcast.
It was like a live pod. Yeah, it was.
And there was a girl who used to be on Shaws of Sunset who was commenting on me as a parent and as a person. And Doty, in my mind, didn't defend me. Whether that was true or not, I still to this day do not know, because you have to remember I had my hormonal goggles on. Either way, I went to Brittany and said, Kristen's dead to me. And
that escalated.
Brittany tells her, and it escalated things.
Okay, there's a longer version. I'm just going to take it from this wonderful Instagram account, because clearly her shorts people can't even put in the good stuff. But like, imagine being pregnant with your second child and being like a big ass, a 30-something-year-old woman and being like, Shay's dead to me for something so stupid, for something your friend was just there to hear that someone else said. Imagine. Yeah, she was. There was a meet and greet. Someone said, yes, she was. She bailed on the, oh, she did? Figures. Yes. Okay. It was Zach's 30th. She was there, but she just showed up. I think she was supposed to. Zach can correct me if I'm wrong. If he ever hears this, but I think she was supposed to be a guest and something happened. And then she was like, I can just show up for like a minuet in the beginning. And then you could go early and do like a meet and greet with her. I got there like right as the show started. I did not care about the meet and greet. I'm such an asshole, but I was like, and I think at that time it was before Lauren went too far off on Vanderpump. But yeah. Right. It's not Kristen's job to defend her. Okay. Let's play this other one instead. All right. So shout out to Reality Ops on Instagram. They have the full clip. I thought we'd give Lauren a view, help her out so that we don't forget her name. It's Give Them Utah. It's like it's a podcast. Give Them Utah or something like that. Yeah, she thinks she's like Mariah Carey. Like, it doesn't hurt you at all to recognize other creators and other creators who have given you a platform to talk your shit and to BS and to, just not even remembering. Like, I think it was Unfiltered with Zach. It's like, his name is Zach Peter. Everybody knows that. Stop, girl. And you've done his show and he's invited you and been kind to you. I'm just assuming. Why am I more mad than Zach probably is? But like, it's just so Lauren to think it's like cool to pretend she doesn't know someone. Like, it's way cooler and you look better if you actually remember the people's names. These creators, because these bloggers and these creators are having a bigger audience than you have. And they can kind of make or break your career at where it's at right now. So I don't know, Lauren. Okay. So shout out to Reality Ops. Give me a thumbs up as soon as you guys can hear this. Oops. Here we go.
News.
Tell me all of it.
And I asked if it was okay to share this before I got on the mic. So you guys know the ups and downs that I have been going through with Kristen Doty. And the reason she and I fell off originally, which was like a year and a half ago, was
a lot of Kristens being thrown around.
Now we're on Kristen Doty.
Fucking lost.
But she's also dear friends with Meredith. Anyway, she and I fell off because I had seen a video of her doing Zach Unfiltered with Zach. It was like a live podcast. And there was a girl who used to be on Shaws of Sunset who was commenting on me as a parent and as a person. And Doty, in my mind, didn't defend me. Whether that was true or not, I still to this day do not know, because you have to remember I had my hormonal goggles on. Either way, I went to Brittany and said, Kristen's dead to me. And
that escalated.
Brittany tells her, and it escalated things. Cut to where we are now. We haven't really spoken. We've spoken about each other, but we haven't been good. Anyway, during her pregnancy, I have been reaching out a lot and not getting a response. Totally fine. Then she started warming up and I was getting a response. Okay. The day before the shower, I got a message from her saying, basically, I won't share exactly what it was. She said she was debating coming to the shower because she didn't know if it was appropriate for her to welcome herself into my home with where we've been, but she wants to be here to support Meredith. I wrote her a lengthy text message. I do feel like our fallout really was only my fault.
That's big of you to say.
I don't know that it's big of me to say. What I do know is I was pregnant.
It's good of you to take accountability.
Well, I appreciate that.
Course.
Just with a 30,000 foot view, my hormones were raging. Although I knew that I had made the right decision when it came to getting a donor with Sosa, I would be lying if I said there weren't moments where I was very scared. Like, how is this going to go? Is she going to grow up and look at me like I'm an insane person and wish that she had a dad? Like, it was just an internal battle. And also at that stage, I was dealing with the aftermath of a really difficult season. And so I cut people out of my life thinking like this is my way of protecting myself. Anyway, long story short.
Okay. That's enough. Now it's a very difficult season that you caused. Okay. Season 11 of Vanderpump Rules was an atrocity. It was an abomination because you're a sellout and not a good friend. And you went the opposite way of what you should naturally go and where you were going in season 10 and making all the money on Send It to Daryl on Team Ariana. And then in season 11, you listened to producers or whoever, Jeremiah was a bullfrog and Alex Baskin Robbins. And you were like, oh, sure, we can get rid of Ariana. We can shit on her. We can shit on Katie. Let's do it. I'll be Team Tom. You told us that you have a price and that you're a sellout and you'll do anything for $1. You told us that you lack integrity. Like, your friends. Ariana was someone who was there for you. She dealt with your BS. She stuck up for you when no one else would. And then the relationship with Katie, I mean, you were just horrific. So the really rough season all goes back to you. And I love how White Boy Dreads is like, just really big of you. White Boy Dreads, you don't even know what's going on. He doesn't know what's going on. I don't know why we're listening to him, right? Camera says, shut up, White Boy Dreads. Like, shut it down. Oh my God. Gigi, Lala would never go toe to toe with Gigi. She would never have like get on a live or even meet up with, Golnessa, or she would be eviscerated. Gigi is on another level than Lala is. It's not even funny. Like, it's not, I know Lala thinks she's like, bam, bam, no, Gigi doesn't have to do all that to put you in your place. That's what's crazy. Right? She's a user. Okay. I guess we'll finish what she's saying. But I love how she's like blaming all these things. My hormones had a really rough season. And again, she's going to blame us, the fans, the rabies bitches. Remember that? With White Boy Dreads, we have that clip. We're never going to forget, Lauren.
I sent her this message. Her response was, you've got me very emotional. I left it at that. I said, but I want you comfortable. So if you're not ready, I completely respect that wholeheartedly.
Why are you hitting her up with this stressful shit during her pregnancy? Also, I'm going to need the dates on this because it was probably while The Valley was filming. I guarantee you that if The Valley wasn't a thing, Lauren would just continue to hate on Kristen because Kristen wasn't on Vanderpump. Lauren from Utah looked at it like, I'm better than you. I'm on a show. You're not. She underestimates. She always talked down to Kristen. I remember Vanderpump Rules. I'm not dumb. You always talk down to her. Come on.
Heartedly. But just know you're always most welcome in my home. And she came and we refollowed each other on Instagram. That's when you know.
That's when
we're
you
back
know
at it, bitch.
when Instagram is involved.
I forwarded her a link to the perfect PJs for your hospital bag.
Oh, I was thinking private jets. Okay.
No. And
dude, your own brother doesn't even think about pajamas. He thinks about the BJs for PJs. That's gross, White Boy Dreads. Stop it. That's your sister.
I feel really, really happy about us being able to rekindle a friendship. I'm sure it's going to be a slow roll. You know me, I'm either all out or I'm all in. So
yeah,
finding the gray. But I did ask her, I'm like, hey, I usually on the podcast recap my weekend. Are you okay with me mentioning that you came to the shower? And she said, you do, you boo.
Why the fuck do you have to talk about it on your podcast? Like, if you really were 100%, sincere about wanting to be her friend again and see her through this pregnancy and all this stuff, you wouldn't need to put it on your podcast and monetize it. That's just weird to me. That is so weird to me. That's sus. Do you mind? Like, oh, good, you forgave me. Do you mind if I talk about it on my podcast?
So
I'm glad.
I feel really, that's like a weight. Lifted off of me.
I will say I don't watch those. I don't do anything, but there's just something about me that remembers you in Vanderpump when you were friends with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice to just see that like that's could come back in with a couple people that you're wanting in your life.
I don't really think you watched the show. White Boy Judge is like, I remember you were friends with everyone. I think you might have been like lost on a snowy mountain in Utah during that time, sir, because I don't remember that.
Because I see it in your like the way you go about it. Like your energy's higher. So I'm glad that like you're rekindling that with her and all of that.
I am too. And I'm glad that we could make it right before she gives birth.
Yes.
Because I missed out on all of Sheena's pregnancy because we were beefing. I can't help but think I'm the common denominator in these things.
Yeah. So you love to fight with your friends right before they create life. You always start fights with people. You're the problem, girl. I don't understand how in the 12 steps has this not sunk into this chick's head that you pick these fights and you project and you are the problem, miss. And you got a lot of jealousy, too much ego. You gotta let that shit go, girl. Let it go.
It sucks that Amir is following you around, right?
Hey, admitting you have a problem.
That's the thing.
Is the first step.
Hey, if you can admit that, you're ready for action.
You know, it's all good.
And that's all that matters.
It's all good. I've taken a step back in life and really reevaluated and thought, and you're learning this, Ethan. I don't know if you're to this step, but like when you have to sit down in sobriety in our program and take inventory, take accountability,
so she's bringing up 12 step, but like, okay. All right. Interesting. Did you not include any of this before on the inventory?
What part did I play?
Did that?
What about with Ariana and Katie and everyone else?
It's a lot.
I told you, I'm not kidding you. I was in a very dark spot because of that. I had to wake up and think about who I resent.
But like, girl, you've been on the sobriety journey for a grip. I mean, I've been on it since 2012 and you've been on it I think she's been sober for what, like 5 to 7 years? And you just think about this now?
Mm-hmm.
How could you be in a good mind when you're like waking up and you're like, who the fuck am I pissed off?
I know. And they're like, who do you resent? Make a list. And you're like, yeah, I'm so pissed. And they're like, now let's talk about your part.
Did she just do that for the first time? I don't know. Oh my God. Right, Anna? She should have Kristen on to talk about it with her and pay her for her time. I want you to pay me for my beauty. I think it's only right because I have been paying for it my whole life. Ani DeFranco. Seriously. So, word to the warning to the word to the warning, all the things. However the saying goes. Ariana and Katie, I think she might be coming for you guys. Okay. Especially Ariana's just about to start Love Island hosting again. If she hasn't already, I think she is. Or she already has filmed. I don't know. It's happening soon. It's going to premiere in June. She's probably trying to get on it. You know, remember she was like, oh, I don't really watch that show. Is that on right now? Yeah, it's only like the biggest show on Peacock, ma'am. So miraculously, she did an inventory and realized that, oh, I might be the common denominator with this Kristen thing. So hopefully, I mean, for her inventory, but not hopefully for Katie and Ariana, she's going to be contacting them soon too to apologize for being a ridiculous person and being the reason for the season, the reason that the friendships went upside down. She's going to apologize for being a sellout and a fake friend and a phony. Hopefully. But yeah, Ariana is booked and blessed, but I just wish Kristen, I'm sure Kristen's like, yeah, girl. Well, you know, I mean, we don't know Kristen, you know what I mean? But Kristen appears to, you know, she's forgiving. And her and Lala have had a little bit of a tumultuous past, and they were on a good friendship, plane for a while. And then heaven forbid, Zach Peter have a live and Gigi talk a little shit on Lala and Kristen not go, wait, Gigi, nothing in my life is important. I'm just going to, say shit to you right now, even though this is the place that we're supposed to, talk about these things. And it's a podcast and we're talking about Bravo and feuds and things like that. But how dare you, Gigi? You stop. As Kristen's worrying about her own fertility and trying to get pregnant and her own relationship and her own life. You should have thought of Lala. Why didn't you think of Lala? Lala would not have stuck up for Kristen. And I love how she brings up like, oh yeah, and I don't want to miss her birth because I was beefing with Sheena during her birth. Why were you beefing with Sheena? I probably have heard that before, but I don't remember. You're too old for this. You're too old for this at this point. And it matters that you're there for her birth. I feel like the self-importance. Oh my gosh. Okay. Dreadful says, another fun fact I learned from the Katie Dana podcast is that Chef Alex told Ariana she should make out with Dan at the wedding. Really? Get it, Dan. Get it. Dan and Ariana. Kristen already said she adores Ariana and she'll always have her back. Yeah. Lala's trying to get on. It's so clear that Lala's trying to get on the Valley. She doesn't care. Girl, you're just taking inventory. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what her sobriety path is. God bless. But you're just taking inventory on this now? This happened a while ago. And it was so ridiculous when it happened. And then the fact that you call other friends like Sheena and you say, just so you know, Kristen's dead to me. Like, what's Sheena supposed to do? Be like, oh, okay, I guess she's dead to me too. I mean, did Sheena do that? Because I feel like she would do that. Hopefully she didn't. But Lala, it's time to grow up a little bit, girl. I know you like to be like, I'm like a mother and I'm so responsible, but come on, girl.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Oh, she just wants on the Valley. That's what she wants. You can see it when she's sitting there on the after show next to Brittany, and Beer Cheese is like, Jax said this. Jax had fat sucked from his tits. And Lala's like, that should be me talking about Jax's former fat tits. I'm so mad. She's like, yeah, Beer Cheese. Jax did. He had fat sucked from his tits. Don't you remember? Oh my God, I saw him naked. Nekked. And Lauren's like, I should be the one saying naked. Why are they even focusing on that Kentucky muffin?
Dude, I caught you naked in the bed the day you went to fucking rehab.
I caught you naked in the bed. That's one of my favorite sound effects right now. Caught you naked in the bed the day you went to rehab. Dude, where's my husband naked in the bed right before he goes to rehab? Oh my gosh. Yes, Stacy, good suggestion. Ben needs to block White Boy Dreads Easton. All right, how many likes do we have to get? Is Ben here? Did I see him yet? Let's try to get 300 likes. If we get 300 likes, Ben is going to block White Boy Dreads Easton. Thank you, Austin. So she's turning 35 in September. All right. Mother of two, 35. We can do this, girl. Stop saying your friends are dead to you for dumb reasons. Possibly. Yeah, Cordelia's like, I was petting her for a while, and then she's like, you're not doing it for me. So now she heads over to the favorite spots of the producers. The kitty producers. Oh, I love Cordelia. She's smelling my Ani DeFranco picture right now. She's like, look at this beautiful feminist in all her glory. I love her. Now there's a troll doll. Having a good time. Joleen, Lunzer's #1 fan. Good to see you here. Like, I've missed you. So good to see you. Yes, smash that like if you haven't already. Dreadful says, I don't mind the Schwartz and Sheena appearances, but Lala is unnecessary. Lala is unnecessary. At least Sheena came with talking about what's his nuts from Baywatch. She was like, and Jesse, your friend, your lady friend, is having intercourse with someone from Baywatch. David Shavar, Shamil, Shamak, something like that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, let's talk about this. All right. Why is my computer being weird? Always good to see you, Joleen Lunzer's #1 fan. I love you. I appreciate you coming in here, looking all cute. All right. Let me close a couple of these things before my computer shuts itself down. Smash that like if you haven't already. Just having like Lauren from Utah's podcast open in one of my tabs is really slowing my computer down. I feel like she's giving me a virus. Stop it, Lauren. We can have criticisms of you. Stop it. You're hurting us all. Okay. Oh, it's probably because I'm making shorts. All right, you guys. All right. So let's look at this next thing. Speaking of the Valley in all its toxic male glory, Reality Blurb had this little story. DM of Jax Taylor of trashing Brittany Cartwright is leaked as he shades her. Now, this is from a while back, but I saw this on, I think it was on CeCe's Instagram. Plus, his podcast tour is cut short amid behavior on the Valley. Hopefully, his podcast tour is canceled, because who's going to want to go to his podcast? He's an abuser, but okay. A leaked DM reportedly sent by Jax Taylor appears to show the Valley star taking aim at his estranged wife, Brittany, by accusing her of drinking heavily and editing her photos to look different. Says the man with all the plastic surgery, and who Brittany told us sucked fat out of his tits. He had fat sucked out of his tits, which more power to you, but don't hate on anyone else for like filtering their photos or getting plastic surgery or anything when you are on your 19th coke-induced nose job, sir. Allegedly, obviously, for jokes. We don't know. So, Jax's apparent message was shared online with claims of being vile and disgusting, plus, or in the episode a couple weeks ago, plus a number of promoters appeared to cancel dates for his live In the Mind of a Man podcast tour. Now I think it's In the Mind of Jax, which is more disturbing. So yes, it was CeCe Loves You. I remember seeing her post this. And so she said, one of the messages Jax sent to me about Brittany, and trust me, Brittany is 100% telling the truth about all the nasty things Jax said about her, because it was just a couple weeks ago that Brittany was like, yes, and Kristen outed it too, that Jax sent vile messages to his wife and said horrible things about her, and especially like when she was pregnant and right after she was pregnant, and fat shamed her, and he's just totally disgusting. So here is a DM or yes, I believe it's a DM. And it was Brittany's story. So, and I know it was a story that Cece put up on Instagram. Jax replies to this blogger on Instagram story saying, she doesn't look like that. And she was hammered. And this is September 15th of, I don't know what year. It doesn't say what year. But probably when they were still married. Because he's an asshole. And Cece Loves You on Instagram replied, what do you mean she doesn't look like that? This is her, no? And he said, she edits her pics. What, Jax? Someone on Bravo in the media? A reality TV star edits their pics? What? Sir, you edit the inside of your nose too much. Like, what are you talking about? Please just stop it, you asswipe. So she posted this. Oh, this is a little bit bigger. You can see here. Let me make it bigger. So as you can see, it's a picture of Brittany looking all nice. Cece posted it in her story. She doesn't look like that. And she was hammered. She edits her pics. Oh my God. Shut up, Jax. That is, we had no idea. How do you, Wrinkles McGee? We've seen you in person or, in unfiltered shots, and we've seen you in the shots that you post. Who doesn't put on a filter? Shut your face. So Cece also posted this caption with this screenshot saying, and believe me, the DMs were harsh. Harsh is in all caps. So that must mean really harsh. These are the nicest I could find. I wish she would post them all. He needs to, at this point, just be outed for all his shenanigans, all his tomfoolery, all his abuse, all his toxicity, because he keeps saying, and he said it on the most recent after show for the Valley, that he keeps doing this, and he's done this all his life because he's never been held accountable. And no one's ever called him out. Not even when he was a kid. He said he's been doing it forever, acting like this. So call him out. I mean, it's not going to be too harsh for Brittany. She had to live with him, knows what he's saying. At this point, I think Brittany would probably appreciates any support coming her way. That also anyone helping her combat all the lies he continues to put out in these podcasts and on his own social media and on the show. The lies that Bravo allows him to put out in interviews and, on Alex Baskin-Robbins' podcast and on the show and other platforms. It's ridiculous. So she said, these are the nicest I could find. I've always been very open to Jax. Oh, yuck. After everything he did, I always held that hope that he would actually change and he would be a family man. I never did. I always knew it. Rewind the tapes. Rewind back to Scandival. And people are like, oh, look at Jax. He's come such a long way. When he was ripping on Scandival, just using that, just being a total opportunist and using that as a moment to get to prop himself up, to be relevant again, to talk about it and act like he was appalled by what Scandival did or Sandoval, did in Scandival. This fake ass pretending to be reformed, using Brittany as she saved me. It's like, no one can save you, sir. So a family man, something a mental health advocate, or as a mental health advocate, I've always tried to understand where his issues were coming from and why he does the things he does. We don't have to do that. We don't have, no, it's nice that you do that, but you don't have to. You don't really have to. You just take people at where they are, just with what they're doing, what they're putting out to the world. I don't need to dig deeper in that. I know what kind of person he is. He's an asshole. But he's hoping for nice people who want to see and dig. He's hoping that there's not a lot of people like me who are like, oh no, I've seen this show before. I've seen this bitch. This is a low down, dirty dog with a bad wig. I don't have time for this. So, but if you think about it, this is like this for the at least a decade that we know of, and probably even 2 decades. Girl, 4 decades. That man is 100 years old. All right. We'll give him a little leeway. 9 decades he's been doing this. Homie just doesn't change, and he only goes to therapy for a few days when they're filming. So the real question is, does he even want to change? Of course he doesn't. No. Because all his actions post-filming this season tell me that he is Tell me that. Okay. I got so much more to say, but I'd rather listen to you right now. So drop your thoughts. Oh, say more. Say more. Mention it all. Like Bethany says, mention it all. We want to see it all. Speaking of Jax, I think someone got another view of a text because everyone's kind of deciphering through the screenshots that were just on this last episode of The Valley. We showed a couple that you could see. I had Hype Man Husband Cho reading some of them. Maybe I can find him. I can play the audio of Hype Man Husband Cho. I don't know if it'll be loud enough. Read, like I had my husband like up to the TV. He actually got up to the TV and was like looking himself at what these texts were saying. I thought did I save it in my Insta? Or did Steven send it to me? I can't remember, you guys. Yeah, Ben, where's Ben? Someone go get Ben. Say, hey, Ben. Hey, Benny. Hey, Ben. All right. I thought I sent it to myself, but maybe I didn't. So let me try to grab it here on Instagram. See if I can find it in my Bravo TV little folder here. But there was another. I thought I had it here. There was another one. Another text that people were able to decipher. No. You guys, Bravo OMG, is this a joke? Donald Trump has appointed former Real Housewives of New Jersey star Siggy Flicker to the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Council. As many of us know, Siggy has been an outspoken Trump supporter since his first presidential run in 2016. Her appointment to this position isn't just disappointing, it's dangerous. Bravo OMG is saying, Siggy weaponizes her Judaism to shield her racism and bigotry. She regularly spreads misinformation and conspiracy theories to prop up Trump's fascist agenda. Bravo OMG says, I'm Jewish. And I'm proud to be Jewish. The Jewish community I know stands for love, respect, and justice, not hate. Siggy stands for hate. In a time when anti-Semitism is surging, her platform doesn't combat it. It emboldens it. Please remember, Siggy Flicker does not represent the values or beliefs of most Jewish people. In fact, 71% of Jewish Americans, myself included, voted for Vice President Harris to become president. Siggy's extremist views are hers alone. Bravo, OMG. Soggy is... I mean, there's nothing more 2025 than that. Soggy Flicker. Oh, dang. Yeah, here is from shout out to Bravo OMG. I mean, not surprising. And right under it is Jack's moments before his rehab. Why do I want to? Now you can chat with your friends while you browse. I don't want to. No offense to my friends, but I don't want to chat with them. Now you can see all of my messages. Ay. Instagram. You're the worst. You're the worst. It's just a bunch of people waiting for a reply from me. That is what my messages are. Okay, and now I lost that. Damn it. Oh, well. What's this one? Now I'm just like, ooh. Oh, Brittany on the after show saying she wants to get out of toxic, or she wants to help women get out of toxic relationships. She wants to be able to help other women and stuff. Okay. Let me see if I can find this, you guys. But yeah, Soggy Flicker, part of the Trump cabinet. Okay. All right, Soggy. I mean, nothing surprises me anymore. All right, maybe I have to find it on my phone. I'll have a better... Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, sounds about right. I mean, Sandy says, file under. Of course he did. Of course he did. Of course he did. Oh, Siggy. Gosh, that's one I don't miss on the Housewives at all. Uh-oh. Mauricio, I let Kyle slither? What? You don't let me loose. I let Kyle slither out the snake crisis herself. What is that? TMZ. Mauricio. Oops.
Why'd you say no? Did you go? I mean, it was out of there. I wasn't nearby enough. Does she call you often for things like that? For the manly duties around the house? We talk all the time.
You talk all the time. How is your relationship with Kyle today?
Amazing. I love her.
I wanted to
He's so
ask
high.
You know, we've seen the hilarious clip of Kyle calling you to come get the snake out of the house. Can I ask you, what did you think about that when she called you?
I thought she was hilarious.
Why'd you say no? Did you go?
I mean, it was out of there. I wasn't nearby enough.
Does she call you often for things like that? For the manly duties around the house?
We talk all the time.
You talk all the time. How is your relationship with Kyle today?
He's like, we talk all the time. We talk about all the hot young chicks that I'm now dating. All right. Oh, Jesse Solomon says on an Amazon Live that the reunion for Summer House has a big announcement they were all surprised by. Oh, God, I can't wait till Jesse Solomon goes away.
I would say there was like a big announcement that we were all very surprised by, but can't tell you what. And yeah, I mean, the girls on our show are just seasoned reunion queens. So I was definitely like, I'm not an anxious guy, but I think a little nervous going into this one, just considering the circumstances. So I'm really happy it's over. I got a decent amount off my chest and I'm feeling good. I would say there was like a big announcement that we were all very surprised.
Okay, apparently there's this big announcement at the Summer House reunion that they're all surprised by. I don't know what it is, but I'm curious. Was it that he's preggers? Is he preggers? Oh, here we go. Cece posted another Jax post. Let's take a look at this. You guys, I saw this from Blocked by Jax. I feel like Jesse's underwear was what was reason number one why Michelle wanted a divorce. And I agree. I think Michelle was just like, listen, I cannot do these soggy ass brown diaper undies anymore. I cannot get a lady boner. My baby door is sewing itself shut every time I look at you in these underpants. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Kelly Sandyford, thank you so much. That was so generous of you. She gifted 5 memberships to the channel. Congratulations to all of you who got gifted the memberships from Kelly. I see you guys thanking her in the chat. So thank you so much. That was very kind of you. All right, let me see if I can find what I'm ultimately looking for as I got distracted 100 times.
Reasons I stopped using Ollie.
Seriously. Oh, the French. What the French toast? How do I find my shingish? Where are my folders on Instagram? You guys, I feel like Nana. I need a tutorial. Did I find it? No. Oh boy. Okay, let me try saving this and see. Oh, here we go. Bravo TV. View. Jax. Ew. Why is it only showing a couple? Oh. Here's some stuff. Is it this one? Nope. Brittany saying Jax is naked. Anna Kendrick. This is a good one. Anna Kendrick was on the Kelly Clarkson show while Traders was airing, I think. I don't know if this is super recent, but it started trending because she said if Tom Sandoval has no haters, I'm dead. Saying that if everyone stops hating him, it'll only because she's dead because she'll be his last hater. And I'm like, wait for me, Anna.
It's so amazing. If you guys aren't watching, start watching. I have nothing to do with the show, and I'm here to promote the Traders.
I saw the one where the guy was singing the clues backwards, the lullaby.
Tom Sandoval. I don't want to talk about Tom Sandoval. If Tom Sandoval has no haters, I'm dead.
Oh my God. Yet another reason to love Anna Kendrick. If Tom Sandoval has no haters, that means Anna Kendrick's dead and I'm dead. That is yes. Thank you so much, Kelly Sandy Ford, for also sending a super chat. You're so generous. You're so funny. You're so funny. And you're so sweet and generous. And I appreciate you. I'll never be able to look at him the same either. Oh, you think she divorced him because of Tyrone? She's like, you better call Tyrone. Call him and tell him I said, come on, help you get your shit. You need to call Tyrone. But you can't use my phone. Shout out to Erykah Badu. The best song ever, Tyrone. All right, I can't find it. I hate when this happens. I hate when I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. I can find pictures of my cats holding hands. Because honestly, that is my priority, is pictures of my cats holding hands. That Chell and I then go, oh my God. And then we just start taking all these damn pictures. Is that it? No. Jax, just more texts of Jax being awful. Let me check to see if maybe Steven or Care Bear has bailed me out, sent it to me. No. Well, maybe Care Bear did. They send me such good stuff. No. That's okay. Also, I know the Met Gala stuff was a couple days ago, but man, people go crazy for that Met Gala. Everyone's losing. Like Doechii was like yelling at her assistant. There was a fashion, what was it? Not a designer, but like a stylist who got like arrested. These people are crazy for this stuff. It's like, I love Doechii and I like fashion and stuff, but they were like losing their minds. It was crazy. All right. That offended your gay eyes. You guys don't want to just constantly look at Jesse in his underpants? Are you sure? Because it's just so attractive. Let's play the dick song for Jesse and Jax while I try to figure out what the hell's going on with my life.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
Don't be a dick, that's what you're being right now. You need to stop, check yourself, and calm the fuck down.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
With the things that you do, you're obviously very hurt, and that's why I think that you're a big fucking jerk.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
Okay, I think I found it. Shout out to the Reddits. It was Cece again. I could have just went to Cece Loves You. Sometimes I mean to send this stuff to myself. I just end up liking it and then moving on to something else too quick. Okay, let me see if I can grab it here. You guys, don't be a dick. You're being a real dick. All right, I think this might be it. I think it's this one. Okay. Let me just screen grab that. It'll be easier to see possibly. And yeah, why does he have his phone? Why does he have his phone at this facility where they're just letting him rage out on people? Like what? Jax is a fool. Jax is being a toxic fool. He is a dumbass. Yes, he is so dumb. He's too old to have a alley bar. Yes, he is. Because he's elderly. No offense to the elderly. I'll be elderly very soon. Okay. Let's look for the CC. Okay. CC loves you on Insta. There we go. Okay, guys. It's all coming back to me now. There were moments of high and there were flashes of... Okay. Oh, the Timberwolves game started. I'm going to be live for a little bit longer because I like to start the game later because then my husband's recording it and then we can bypass through the halftime stuff. But it might... I think it's on TNT, he said, and it'll be the Shaq Charles Barkley dialogue. They're like the commentators and they're my favorite. Okay. So here we are. If you want to go find more stuff like this, go to CC Loves You. She's got all the juice here. Okay, exactly how I feel. Where's the text? Where's the text one? Is it this one? We'll just scroll through here. All right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. She says, why does he have his phone? And let's take a look at yet another of these messages. I'm going to have to look at it on my phone. Otherwise, I'm going to be up to the screen with my face like pressed up to the screen. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Okay. One of the texts, he says, you better be taking care of that house. You said you have to be there a few times a week to get the packages. Take care of the home. You put me in here. Now do the effing work as a single mom. I am watching the cameras and you're not there. He doesn't even have the UR. He spelled it Y-O-U-R. Again, where was my effing note if you cared? Yet you have time to text Julian. He's obsessed with this Julian thing. Like, I hope Brittany recorded herself having sex with Julian and sends it to him so that he has to see it every day. I hope she saves it on his phone and locks it so he can't delete it, and it just plays every time he wakes up. Oh my God. Rex Weed is one of my favorites, tweeting and posting about Bravo stuff. Rex Weed says, laughing my ass off. There it is. What a disingenuous bucket of literal. They crossed out the word, but like, I think it's bukkake. I think that's what they're saying. No, maybe I'm just thinking. I don't know. Okay. His bars hat at rehab. That's what I said, Rex. He was so happy to talk about how sad he was. So excited to try and be the victim. Oh, God, I agree. See if they have any of that. But can you believe these texts? Like, he's just a freaking monster. The Countess on Instagram at Discountess says, Jax's little video is really just him once again shifting blame. We said in sickness and in health. And right now I'm sick. Dude, you've been sick since birth, and not like sick. You've been like sick. And last year when Brittany was sick, you were talking trash on her. Yeah, you were, when she was having all of those stomach issues and hives and stuff because of you. You were like, yep, she's a drunk. Yep, she's a bad mom. Yep, she barfed in the front yard. She sucks. Like, that's what you were doing. Instead of being there for her. Mm-hmm. But the fact that this man, and the one above says, even Ryan said, I think we saw that one already, you better be taking care of that house. You said you have to be there a few times a week to get packages, to get the packages. Take care of the home. You put me in here. Now do the effing work as a single mom. Shut up. She's been a single mom since the day she had a child with you, because you're an absentee father. You don't even pay nothing for the kid. You've never went to an autism appointment when he went to the doctor regarding his autism. Brittany told us all this stuff, and it doesn't surprise us one bit. So she's always been a single mom. That's what she's been doing the whole time. I am watching the cameras and you're not there. Y-O-U-R, you're not there. And the fact that he's like so stupid as well. Again, where was my effing note if you cared? What is she going to write you a note like, thanks for verbally and physically abusing me all these years and choosing cocaine and other chicks with bigger tits over me and your child. Hope you get well soon. I mean, what do you write to someone like that? Is there a hallmark for that shit? I'm sorry that you like to put white stuff up your nose and party and have an alley bar and play with other ladies' big tots. But I hope you feel better. Like, I'm gonna miss you not being here, dear Jax. I'm gonna desperately miss you not being here, calling me a fat ass, putting me down, and throwing coffee tables at us. The holes in the wall will keep them, holy for you, in memory of you. We will miss that. We'll miss that kind of neurotic, crazy energy with crazy eyes. I'll miss wondering, did he snort Adderall or cocaine or both? I'll miss that. Hopefully you can have fun in the facility, even though technically you're not going to be talking about your addiction. That's why I had to out it on the show. Can't wait for you to come home and bipolar all over this place. Like, what is she supposed to? What? Like, seriously, get well soon so you can bounce your rock head off of that other lady's gigantic hard toddies. I mean, come on. Stacy said Brittany should have moved back into the house and changed the locks. Oh, 100%. And I would have broken those cameras. I would have just like taken a bat. I would have, I drug my keys. I took a bat to the Ring camera that my dirty dick ex put up in our kitchen. Carved my name into his Coachy, home of the Coachy Couchies signs. Did all his cocaine and peed in his back alley bar. I don't know. I would have done something. But I mean, goodness. The fact that he's watching her is so creepy. Oh, he's a freaking psycho. Psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? That's Jax. Like the dude's a serial killer. Creepy. Thank you, Kylie. Yeah, marriage vows don't count when you're separated, my dude. Okay, so she's supposed to be helping you. So is your sickness putting your cockadoodle-doo in another baby door? So while you got your cockadoodle-doo in another lady's baby door, she's gonna be like, oh, I should write a letter to him. I should definitely write a letter. I should check on him. How are you doing? Are you enjoying having sex with other women? Let's see. Kylie said, is it a Ring camera or an Arlo? We know about the Arlo camera that we learned about from Karen Reed. It seems to be an important distinction. Or is it a blink? I think it's a blink. My dad's got the blinks. Nana and him, they got the blinkies. Thanks for the update. Brian says, BRB, my gardeners are changing my sprinkler heads. Appreciate that. Graphic says, what is he, Santa Claus? He sees you when you're sleeping via the cameras. He's a stalker. He knows when you aren't there. He knows he's putting his dick where it doesn't belong, but he doesn't care. Oh, Jack sucks balls. Jack sucks balls. Jack sucks balls. Like, oh, dude, this dude is the worst. Everything about, I don't know how anyone could have sympathy for this asshole. He's so abusive. He's such an idiot. He's all the bad things I can think of. Oh, goodness, God. He's horrible. Jack sucks balls. Jack sucks balls. Do. Suck balls. No, he doesn't want to grow up. He's a cocaine kid. There's a million cocaines he wants to sniff with. From coke to Adderall to crank to crack. He's got the biggest toy store up his nose. He don't want to grow up because maybe if he did, he'd have to be a good person. He don't want to grow up. He'd have to be a good person. Ding. What a dork. I feel bad for herpes if we're calling him a herpy. Like, I feel bad. Herpes don't deserve that. They didn't choose the herpy life. The herpy life chose them. Okay? Yes, Steven, I've been looking for you. I've been dying here. I'm just producing my own show and trying to find things. That's why I just like talk about whatever and go off the cuff, because it's like I was just very struggling a lot today. Right? Thank you, MC. Where do they find these guys? Where do they find these people? A-holes are us? Yeah, seriously. They do find them there. How dare you nap? You should have known that I was going to set up a live 5 minutes before I went live. Steven's like, bitch. I hope you feel really refreshed. I'm nice like Mallory too. I hope that for you as well. Zenrose or Zevro67 says, watching the cams, doing all the lines of cocaña and drinking the bar dry. Yikes. Yup. Oh, goodness. He's a maniac, Care Bears. He really is. You guys are so right. All the things. Do you think Bravo is, Osfly says, do you think Bravo's chipping in for Jax's treatment? Probably. Did you see when there was like 30,000? He's like, what? It's like, sir, you probably spent 30,000 every couple months on the Coca-Cola Classic. So stop. Ugh. Horrible. Okay. Let's see what this other thing is. I got to go soon. You guys, tomorrow morning, I'm going to be back with Yuri Buchanek's, Yuri Poopkenik, the other investigator in the Karen Reed, Michael Proctor's supposed to be his lesser of the two evils. he testified today, and we got through some of the Alan Jackson cross-examination, and it was an abomination. It was so bad. I haven't watched all of it yet, but tomorrow morning we'll go over some of Hank Brennan, the prosecution's questioning of him, and then we'll go over all of Alan Jackson's cross-examination. So we'll just do a little bit of his direct, and then we'll do all the cross, because he is, talk about a blockhead. Oh God. It's like, where do they find these guys? These guys are set. These police officers in the Karen Reed trial, they're like Bravo men. They're just like Bravo men without abs. Bravo men who eat carbs. That's what they are. They're a mess. Yeah, they aren't done with cross yet. I thought Brendan was going to push it all day today, but I couldn't help myself. I was like, all right, I should save this for tomorrow. But it was just, I watched a little bit. I was like, oh, this is too good. This guy is just a straight idiot and a liar. And it's crazy. Kylie says, I couldn't pick my jaw right off the floor. Ugh. Yeah, so tomorrow morning, we'll do the Karen Reed, and then later in the day, we'll do a no offense, all offense with some pop culture stuff, because I know not everyone's into the Karen Reed trial. Not everyone's hyper-focused on the Karen Reed trial like I am, because I'm like, I can't stop. It has triggered my dopamine, my ADHD, and I'm all in. Like, I'm all in all the time. But I also realize that not everyone here is all into that. So I want to keep providing our Pop Culture Bravo other news things. Yeah, the Canton police. Wowza. Jolene, how many calls do you make in a 3-day span? I make like 0. And just, yeah, smash that like. Yeah, if I'm not watching it with you guys, I have to get my fix. You know, every time he said that he believes the investigation was handled with honor and integrity by Michael Proctor, the lead investigator, who they don't want to say is the lead investigator. And literally Alan Jackson had to show him, like, this document says Proctor's was in on all of this stuff having to do with the case and investigation. So you can try to run around these questions and evade them, but it's pretty clear that Proctor was the lead investigator. And when he said that he handled it with integrity, I was like, he got fired for the way he handled it. So this is the same Michael Proctor that was like, no nudes yet, about a woman he was investigating for murder, Karen Reed, talking about her leaky balloon knot, saying she's a see you next Tuesday and he hopes she dies. That's a lot of honor and integrity there, Poopkenick. I think I missed that. Did he call him? How many times did he call him Mr. Proctor? I mean, they're kind of the same. And I think the prosecution, because we got breaking news too, that Michael Proctor is not going to the prosecution's not going to call Michael Proctor, again, the lead investigator for the Karen Reed investigation. And so I would assume the defense is going to call him, because he is like, obviously he's horrible for the prosecution, what we learned last time, but he is so good for the defense and just shows like how shoddy and unprofessional and dishonorable the investigation was into the death of John O'Keefe and how this man handled it. But so that the breaking news was, let me just share it with you guys here. The breaking news was the Commonwealth will not call Michael Proctor. I'm like, damn. I mean, yeah, but that should tell you everything you need to know about this case. The fact that they can't call the lead investigator. The prosecution cannot call the lead investigator. That's crazy. That's insane. That tells you all you need to know. So, but hopefully, I don't know how it works legally. I'm sure they can call him, but I don't know what Auntie Bev is going to allow them. Are they going to allow the defense to then call him and share the text messages? Because you got to see the text messages. The jury has to know about the text messages. If they don't know about the text messages, you got to know about the text messages. Yes, I heard that, Kylie. They're not calling Higgins or Alberts either. So I would think you have to call Higgins. Right? No, yeah, both of them gave us, I mean, that's how shoddy this whole thing is. But I would assume the defense is going to call one or both Higgins and Brian Albert and Higgins. Yeah, Bev was not doing a lot of, also Brennan wasn't objecting. And there was a lot of back and forth between Poop Kennick and Alan Jackson. And I think it was because maybe when, again, I don't know how this works. I'd have to have one of the lawyer people explain it. But if you have a witness who is being hostile and being very smug and being an asshole, do you get a little bit more leeway from the judge for you to kind of push it back at him? I don't know. But it seemed like they weren't calling a lot of that. And I appreciated it because Poop Kennick was way too smug, way too cocky, way too much of an a-hole for such a botched investigation for a police officer who was murdered. Like, you would think he'd be taking it more seriously and be more humble. But no, he was laughing up there and just being a smart ass and just dancing around all the questions. Mallory says the Commonwealth relied so heavily on Proctor in the first trial. And now they don't even bring him in. Because if you know anything about the Karen Reed case, then you've watched Michael Proctor's, but if this is your first time, maybe you haven't. But if you haven't, may I just say, please go watch, and you're interested in the Karen Reed case, go watch Michael Proctor's first time testifying in the first trial. Both, especially the cross-examination. Holy buckets. And you can go to the trial channel. Let me share their link here. And they edit it so beautifully. I love the trial channel on YouTube. They're awesome. Shout out to them. And they're growing in subs. And I hope they grow because they're doing such a service. Is they, record all of these trials that you might be watching or interested in, but they remove the sidebars. So it's much more condensed. It's just what you need to know. Like, they already have the Trooper Yuri Buchanan's direct testimony out there. So helpful. Let me share this channel. And they have all of the, they have so much of, I think they have all of the first Karen Reed trial that you can go and you can kind of get caught up and check which ones you want to. They have it organized really well. It's just a cool channel. Kelly Crate says, I don't know if I can watch him without Joleen and crew. What I've heard of him sounds like I'll need moral support. Then I would recommend, if I'm not around, go obviously Emily D. Baker, Melanie Little, the lawyer, I think that guy. They cover it all live, so you can have like a well-versed, educated lawyer person. Those are the ones that I'll check in on during this if you don't want to watch it alone. Yep. See Emily D. Baker in there. I do like myself a little Melanie Little too. She is just sassy enough for me. I love a sassy lady. And then the lawyer, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool too. And recaps. I think his dad comes on. His dad's a lawyer. Yeah, he recaps at the night. He streams it. There's another guy. I don't even know who the hell I'm subscribed. I just started subscribing to everyone regarding the Karen Reed trial. It's like, and you get a subscription, and you get a subscription because I'm going to subscribe to you and you and you and you because I was just, there's another guy that goes at night, and I've listened to him a little bit. So I don't know but he's like straight edge. And then obviously I'm subscribed to Court TV. Oh, this guy. Who is he? Carl Steinbeck. I thought he was related to John. So I was like, hey, can't be that bad, right? I don't know his story since I'm new to all this, but Carl Steinbeck. He's another one. Feel free to drop any other channels that you guys enjoy. Runkle. I remember Runkle from the isn't he Australian? He's not Australian. Doesn't he wear like a hat and own a boomerang? Because I remember him from the Depp v. Heard case, I think. Is that Runkle? Hi, Dave. Dave's got the itches and scratchies. Turtle Boy, I subscribed to him too because he was the reason for the season. I don't get to catch a lot of his, but you guys have sent me some of his videos and shorts and stuff. And I think he has a video. What is it? that breaks down. What is it? I don't know. He has so many videos though. So there's so many people you can go and get your fix, whatever you like. You can have whatever you like. You can have whatever you like. Oh, down the rabbit hole news. But I don't think Rabbit covers this. Maybe there's another rabbit hole. I don't know. Duty Ron. Who's Duty Ron? You guys are giving me all these new channels to look up. Oh my God. My whole feed is now Karen Reed. I wake up and my Chell will wake up and I'll wake up early because I want to listen to trial stuff. If I know I'm going live, I might listen to like a little, but if I know that I'm going to listen to a certain thing with you guys, I won't listen to that part. But you know, I'm not covering everything in the case because some of it's kind of boring. But Chell will be like, is the trial on? I go, yeah. He goes, okay. So I just like roll over and put something in my ear and start my day. Okay. What was I looking? What'd you say? Duty Ron? Duty Ron, Duty Ron. Oh, he's got lots of subscribers. He's welcome to the Crime Time with Duty Ron and Ed Wallace. We're retired NYPD. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, let me just subscribe to Duty Ron now. Oh, this is more white men than I've subscribed to in my whole life. In my whole life. Oh my goodness. All right. Lawyer Lee. Oh, wow. I gotta look up Lawyer Lee, guys. Lawyer Lee. Oh, I watched a video with her. I like her. Is she Southern? She did a video on Colin Albert that I was watching about his testimony when he was talking about falling, when one of his, his right knuckles were all bloody and bruised. And like, how'd that happen? He's like, I'm not a fighter. No. And they're like, well, how'd that happen? I was carrying something at my friend's house at a party and it was icy and I slipped and I caught myself on my knuckle. I was like, what? He uses a lot of cuss words. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. All right, guys. He does seem like a psycho. Oh my gosh. Nurse Cookie says, who's Nurse Kim? She called the trooper a queef today. Okay, I'm looking around. I'm like subscribing to everybody. Okay, so Lawyer Lee, I was already subscribed. Good deal. I think I was. And then Nurse Kim. Nurse Kim. Mom, nurse, true crime analyst. I'll subscribe. She's live right now. She's got 1.5K watching and she's going over it. And she called him a queef. Okay, I can do that. I can get down with that. He does have dark energy. Yes, Kylie. He has such dark energy. And then when they played the videos of him being like, oh, kick your ass, and he's like, I'm not violent. But yet he's pictured with bloody knuckles on multiple occasions of his right hand where he would punch from. And there's videos of him screaming, wanting to fight some dudes that he's like, well, they were friends with our girlfriends. And then we had beef. He was like, well, kick your ass. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. KO bang bang, he said. I was like, oh my God. And then they were trying to make it like he was only in 10th grade, but really he was like a senior. And when this happened, he was a senior. Is the kitty wearing a hat back there? No, she's just by one of my LED lights, the kitty light. The Cordelia, she looks so beautiful. That was so funny, Kylie. KO bang bang. I love a firecracker. A lady firecracker? Yes, please. I subscribe. Thank you, Cookie, for that recommendation. Jen said, Jason needs rehab. He's not in a rehabilitation center. If he has his phone. Thank you, Jax. Someone said, too, if he was taking it seriously, he would have said, my name is Jason, and I have a problem, and I'm an alcoholic. I'm a drug addict. But it says, my name is Jax. That's just a character. That's not a real person. Witness says, moms can be killers too, y'all. Don't forget Lori Vallow, Daybell, and Chad Daybell. I know. The mom ones, I'm just, I can't get in. Those make my stomach hurt thinking about those little baby kids. I can't do it. But yeah, isn't that Lori Vallow? Isn't hers? She's a monster. Was it her sentencing or her what? Wasn't it something with her? Okay, I'm at the point where I need to stop talking because I'm not making any sense. All right, you guys. Did I say I was going to share something else? I don't remember. But tomorrow I'll be live with Poop Kennick. And then we also have to talk about Lexi was on Nick Viall. I haven't watched it yet, but I know Care Bear sent it to me. I think Steven might have sent it to me. So let me know. Here's the prompt, okay? In the comments, when this video posts, thank you so much for watching. You're all beautiful pumpkin spice babies, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to my super chatters, Evelyn, Kelly Sandyford. You guys are so appreciated. Shout out to my members, all the peeps. When you comment after the video posts, after I end this live, let me know if you want me to roast and recap Lexi on Nick Viall. And if you do, just say, yes, Lexi, in the comments on the video. And also let me know if you want me to roast the latest Jax. And also, I think Katie, there's the one with Katie and Schwartz. Am I too late on that one? Or would you still be interested in the Katie Schwartz one? Or do you want me to talk about the Ariana? Just let me know in the comments. All right. Send them away. Send them to me. Yeah, cults are fascinatingly terrifying. Witness. Oh, and how easily people fall into cults. It's scary. And also shout out to, oh wait, no. Never mind, I lost it. But you guys are wonderful, beautiful pumpkin spice babies, like I said. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to comment about what you want me to roast. If I get enough of certain ones, we'll do that. So always say, go Wolves, go Timberwolves, Nas Reed, please, Lord. Can Minnesota have one thing? Also, Kristen Doty, please. I hope you know that, I've met you once. Okay, so clearly we're really good friends. That Lala's using you. She needs a paycheck. She wants to get back on the show. She's a hater. She'll throw you under the bus the first chance she becomes a full-time cast member. She won't have your back. She'll be another Janet to you. Don't trust her. All right, you guys, always remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Hit the like, comment. Bye.